swimming is active. I mean, that you can move around. I mean, it's swimming. It's not like you're standing still. It's just like, for me personally, it's just I like more action. So like when you're swimming, you're just kind of standing there and just kind of talking and whatever, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, I'd rather be, especially if it's summertime, you know, if I have somebody to play with, I'd rather be playing basketball or something, or doing something else versus just standing there and standing around. And that's one of the reasons I don't like TV that much, is because TV is just like, it's just boring. You're just kind of laying there and you're sitting still, and you're just like, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's not, I mean, if it's just me though. I'd rather be, if I have spare time, I'd rather be doing something else than sitting around and watching television, or just sitting there and punching keys and playing a video game. I'd rather be out there, and being around some kind of stimuli. I'd rather be just, I like to be around action, I don't know. I just like to be out and about, sort of thing, or just like, I don't need to be around a lot of people or anything like that, but I don't like to be, kind of cooped up and all that stuff. It's just not what I like to do. I don't think anybody really does, but some people don't mind it. I don't mind it as long as I'm hanging out with somebody who I like, or, you know, and obviously vice versa. But I don't know, just to, do it all the time. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I have the choice, I'd rather go out and do something. Like, that's just who I am. I'd rather, I don't know, if it's not sports, I'd rather be camping or something. Or horseback riding would be cool. You know, just out and about doing stuff. I'm just that type of person. I don't like to sit around and just do stuff. I mean, some people do. It's just not who I am. And but yeah, they definitely got me with that archery thing. But yeah, and then like I said, public pools, I can't do all that. And it was just like really strange in that school too. And we're talking middle school. They forced us to wear Speedos, man. I mean, I've never wore anything in my life like that. And it was just like really, really weird, and really, really like, I mean, I'm a little kid. I'm a little kid, man. And I'm running around in some weird, and they weren't even my Speedos, Mackenzie. They were school public Speedos, and we had to wear them. Like, are you serious? Like, it was, I don't know. I didn't like doing it, but I had to. I really, really had to, and it was part of what I had to do. And I liked gym class. I just didn't like that part of it. And I mean, if I skipped down on swimming, I mean, that would have brought my average like down. I just so. But yeah, gym was all right, but it's just like, I don't know. And then like I said, high school, you know, I had some fun in high school. I remember this one time, me and my friend Jim, um, we went to, well, obviously we were in school, and then we were sitting in homeroom, and he turned to me. He was like, "Dude, there's a party going on, like, like a mile away from here." I'm like, "A party, dude?" It's like, it was like Tuesday, or like Monday or Tuesday morning. It was like I barely had my eyes open. I mean, it was like, it wasn't even 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was on a Monday, and this dude was talking about a party. I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" And he's like, "There's a party going on. There's like 30 people a mile away from here, dude. We have to get out of here." I'm like, "Man, I'm tired, dude. What, you know?" And he's like, "Dude, let's just go. Let's go now." And I'm like, because we had rent-a-cops at our school, not real cops, but just rent-a-cops. And I knew that the rent-a-cop was gonna chase us if he saw us. He used to kind of patrol around the area in a little like a little rent-a-cop thing. It wasn't even like a vehicle. It was just like a little, like a golf cart, or what, I don't even know what it was. I can't even remember. But it was a rent-a-cop. You know, the Hallmark, like what we did was we stayed there just long enough to make attendance. And then once we made attendance, then it was good. And then we kind of just like crept out the back door. And when we were basically like maybe, I don't know, 50, maybe like 150 yards away, that's when the rent-a-cop was like, hey, come here. And then we just like ran, and we ran to these railroad tracks and just kind of like, you know, went a mile away or whatever it was, like 1 or 2 miles away. And we got there, and it was just like, you know, there was like 30 people there, and the people were hanging out, and just, I don't know, like it was outside. It wasn't at anybody's house, but it was just outside. And, you know, like people came from our school. Like people did the same thing we did, except they didn't make attendance. They didn't care enough to. They just made, some people probably didn't even show up to school. They just went straight there. I didn't do it all the time, but that's one time I did. And it was like 8. It was like 8 something in the morning, and it was a whole time. I mean, where were we gonna go? We had to stay there, because if we were seen like in the public, then a cop would have stopped us and, why aren't you guys in school? You know, sort of thing. Or, you know, we couldn't go back to school obviously, because a lot of us either never went or left there. And yeah, it was just like it was somewhere like, I don't even really know where this place was, but it was just like somewhere out somewhere, and it was just like in the middle of nowhere, somewhere out somewhere. And it was like there was like a pond there, and there was people, you know, kind of just hanging out and doing whatever. And it was just like, I don't know, I was just it was, you know. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there's that story. I don't know, that was something I did. And then what else? Square dancing. Square dancing was definitely an experience. I didn't expect that to really happen. Because what happened there was they gave me a detention, and what happened? They gave me detention, and I showed up to detention. Or no, wait a minute. I don't know. I didn't show up to detention. I purposely skipped it. I didn't want to stay after. I wanted to hang out with my friends. I didn't want to go to detention. I wanted to hang out with my friends. So I skipped detention, and they said that if I keep skipping it, or I skipped it one day, and then they said they said, where were you yesterday? And I said, oh, I forgot I had detention. You know, I lied to them or something. I said I forgot I had detention, and then they said, okay, we'll come back tomorrow. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. So they wanted me to come back the next day, and I just, again, I never showed up. So by the third time, they said, we're going to give you one more chance. So I never showed up the third time. So, you know, I think it was like by Thursday, or whenever it was, I don't even know, I'm just guessing. Like, so let's say it started on Monday, it would have been Thursday. They said that the next week, for like, I don't know what it was, like 1 or 2 weeks or however long it was. Hang on for a minute, Mackenzie. Oh, man, I got this. Oh, man, oh, man. Whew. Hang on. Whew, man, it's just... yeah, so it was I kept skipping detention or something, and you know, and then they after the third time, they wanted me to go to in-school suspension. That's what it was. It was detention. I was skipping that, so they put me in school suspension. I don't even know what the detention was for. I don't even know. Who knows? I don't even know. It was probably something. I mean, obviously it was something stupid. But I had it, and I kept on. I just didn't want to go. I kept skipping it because I wanted to go home and hang out with my friends. That's what I wanted to do, and I did that every day. And you know, during the day, you know, weekend, I was always around my friends, and that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't go to detention. So detention turned into in-school suspension. I went one day. I sat there bored out of my mind. I drew on the desk the whole time. Not the whole time, but pretty much. You know, I mean, I did my work too, but I mean, of course, I'm gonna do my work. But when I finished it, I was just like, I don't walk. I mean, the desk was kind of facing a wall, and there was really like nothing in front of me. So I was I was just staring at a wall for like 6 hours. I mean, what? So I got bored and I started drawing on the desk, I think the teacher caught me drawing on the desk or something, and that's how it happened. Then he just kind of didn't want me there anymore, so he didn't know what to do with me. So they put me in square dancing classes for like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, I don't know. It was just one of those things, and I just like, I don't know. Yeah, so that happened for like 2 weeks, and yeah, I was, it was all right. I mean, I was there for like maybe from like I got out of school and you know, I was there until like maybe 4 or 4:30. It was a summertime, but you know, so yep, that definitely happened. I tell you something, I don't even know how to square dance. I showed up there, nobody showed me what to do, and I just like the first day the first day I went there, I was late, and because I went outside to talk to some of my friends, before they went home, and I was tempted to just leave with them, but I knew I eventually it had to end somewhere, so I sucked it up for 2 weeks, but yeah, I mean, you can't run forever. I mean, what was I supposed to do there? Running out of options, and I mean, square dancing was it for me. So I just kind of went there and I sucked it up for the next 2 weeks and did what I did. But I mean, the first day the first day I went there, I just walked in there and I don't know, it was like a couple minutes late or something. There was a whole bunch of people. I mean, I expected it there to be like maybe 10 or 15 people, man, but this place was packed, crawling with people. And I look around, I'm like, man, what is there, a concert going on in here? I'm like, what is going on? And these people are just like really getting into it. I'm like, dude, are you serious? And I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. Like, these people are just in sync, like it's this way and that way. And I'm just kind of looking around like, what do I do? So I'm trying to copy the person next to me. I mean, did you ever try to do that? I mean, I don't know, maybe you know how to square dance, maybe you don't. I know nothing about it. And I definitely didn't know like the music that was going on. And I'm just like, I'm looking to my right and I'm trying to copy this person over here, and it's just like it's not really working out for me. So I'm just kind of like, I'm that awkward kid amongst many other kids, just kind of like, you could tell I didn't know what I was doing, you know. I mean, yeah, in a room full of giraffes, I was a monkey. I was just trying to like, keep up with everyone else, and it was just like wasn't happening. So yeah, that lasted for like 2 weeks or what. I don't even know what it was. I don't even know, but it was definitely an experience for me. So I just sucked it up, and that was it. It was all right. It is what it is. I mean, I did that, and after that point, I didn't have to worry about anything going on, no detention, no stay after school, nothing. I did the square dancing classes. I got that over with. That was done and over. I didn't have to go back, nothing, and then I could just go home and do what I wanted to do. So that you know that was cool. I was definitely fine with that. But you know what? At least the square dancing classes, that was better than sitting in you know in school suspension. I'd rather do an hour and a half or a couple hours of that versus staring at a wall for 6 hours or 7 hours or whatever it was. You know, that definitely was better. And plus, at least I was moving around. I mean, yeah, I was out of my element and I just didn't know what I was doing. But at least I was moving around. I wasn't stuck in one place staring at a wall and bored out of my mind. And you know, so that was definitely cool. Um, you know, so but yeah, I don't even know what else to say next. I don't even know. So I guess I'm pretty much out of stuff to say to you. I kind of went on off the other video, and I kind of repeated myself on previous videos in the past, but whatever. I mean, like I said, I'm just to the point where I don't even know what to say anymore. So, well, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't even know what time it is. I would assume it's probably around 10 o'clock by now. Close enough. So, I mean, you know, I guess good night. I love you. Um, I guess that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.